Chapter 153. Gary was going crazy. He was well known in his own city and all over the country. Everyone here today respected him with all their hearts, but this young kid was actually so arrogant towards him. He had even tried to trample all over him several times already. This was really annoying. What was even worse was that he actually dared to scold him. He must have a death wish. The people present at the auction were also shocked at this time. Who was this young man? Who gave him the courage to challenge and scold Gary? Was he already tired of living? Gary was a feng shui master who had more than 10,000 ways to kill him without involving any blood at all. However, even though Gary was very furious, he remained calm and composed as he wanted to get the clam at a lower price. Therefore, he still maintained his demeanor before he smiled and said, "My friend, I know that we've both had a misunderstanding before the auction earlier, but this is a little too much. If you are bidding against me just because of that slight misunderstanding, that would be too revengeful, right?" Gary was preparing to take home the clam at $17 million. He knew that if he went straight into a heads-on confrontation with Alex, the next bid would definitely exceed $32 million. He did not want to spend so much money today. Therefore, he swallowed and waited with the hopes that Alex would withdraw his bid. He would settle the score with him as soon as he bought the clam over for $17 million. Alex could see right through his intentions. Therefore, he said contemptuously, "Stop talking nonsense, I'm also interested in this clam. If you cannot afford to pay the price I'm asking for, you can back out of the bid." Things were getting out of hand again. Oh my! This young man had actually asked Gary to back out of the bid. That was a little too much, right? Gary had a cold expression on his face, but in order to save money, he continued speaking in a gentle tone. "I really like this clam. Can you give me face and just let me have it?" Alex glanced at him before he replied flatly, "Why should I? Do I even know you?" After that, Alex asked again, "Hey, can you just let me know if you can afford to bid against me?" The expression on Gary's face was very ugly at this time. No one had ever dared to speak to him like this. Moreover, the other party was only about 20 years old at most. He was even younger than all of his disciples and grandchildren. Gary was so annoyed that he could not be bothered to maintain his demeanor any longer. Therefore, he replied coldly, "It is unexpected that someone would refuse to respect me when I am the reputable and well-known Mr. Depp. Alright then. Since this is a fair competition, then whoever pays the higher price gets to take the treasure home with him. I really want to see how wealthy you are and how you are going to take this clam away from me." After that, Gary raised his hand and shouted, $55 million. As soon as he placed his bid, the audience started whispering among themselves again. It seemed as though the auction hall had turned into a gambling den, and the atmosphere in the auction hall was very lively at this time. The rules were simple. It all depended on who had more money. The one with more money was the king of the battle. Gary had a very simple thought in his head. He thought that if he fought with Alex bit by bit, the battle would definitely go on endlessly. Therefore, he wanted to scare him off with a price that would be too suffocating for him. That was the reason why he had called for $55 million immediately. Gary was certain that Alex would not be able to match his price. However, Alex had a straight expression on his face before he spoke up again. $110 million. The auction price doubled again. The atmosphere in the auction hall was extremely intense. Within a few minutes, the price of the treasure had already increased tenfold. This was really a significant and unforgettable moment in auction history. At this time, Watson could not help but shout, "Alex! Are you sure you have that amount of money, or are you just pretending to be rich?" Alex could not stop himself from laughing out loud at this time. "Yes, I have the money with me now." "Why? Are you still not convinced?" "Well, I might as well tell you the truth, then. Your uncle gave me the golden card. So, Is this really unexpected? Are you surprised?